while the Vice Chair of the report is in the House and adopted the report.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Majority. You will understand that I was consulting because I already saw that happening and I was about to put him out of order and ask the Chair Trade to Trade kindly, appropriately choose your seconder.
I'm seeking your guidance, Mr. Speaker.
What is it, Honorable?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a House of Rule and Order. Mr. Speaker, it is true that the report has been seconded, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we need to do things procedurally in this House. It is a normal act that chairman can just pick any person, whether a member of the committee or not a member of the committee. It's a very important report and you need to guide the House rightfully, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sophie. That is what we are working on. That is why we are consulting. Okay, thank you, Honorable Sophie. As we continue to consult, I think we should, Honorable Tony was on the verge of seconding the motion. I'll use my discretion and expunge it from the answered. Is the person, the right person to second. What is it, Honorable Sophie?
Kidogo tu. You have ruled, Chair.
I think you are out of order, Honorable Sophie.
Mr. Speaker, how I wish, because I want
Honorable Sophie, Honorable Sophie, Honorable, kindly, Honorable Folam. I've already told you that
I really respect your ruling. I'm not talking.
You are out of order. Sophie, kindly resume your seat. Chair Trade.
Mr. Speaker, I apologize for that. So I choose Honorable Jessica. Is my wife.
Kindly be unanswered. Kindly.
I choose Honorable Jessica to second for the motion.
Honorable,
I'm seeking your guidance.
What is it, Honorable Sophie?
How I wish, Mr. Speaker, with due respect to your chair and your personality on the chair, Mr. Speaker, that day, a communication just to remind the chairman how we could be going about this, because I'm seeing it repeating itself in the House.
Okay, Honorable Sophie, you and procedures and rules. It was, I think all the chairs, they are learning and they have their standing orders of this. And before they choose someone to second, they should know that that person has already signed the report. So, Honorable Sophie, kindly be guided and Jessica, Honorable Jessica, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving from my chair that I second this motion. Mr. Speaker, first and foremost, I want to accolade my chair for the well and articulated report, well-read report to the House. Mr. Speaker, my gratitude also goes to the leadership of the Assembly on the project, and also to go and write a report and bring it to the House. Mr. Speaker, the House, and I believe that every one of us has had a chance to go through this report and has seen that it is. And also, what is entailed in this report is very, very, very important for this county in terms of economy. Mr. Speaker, it has reached a time when cotton growing has to the eye or to the mind of the people of Homa Bay, assisted by the legislature, survived. I'm very grateful and I'm very happy for this, and I believe all of us are looking forward to seeing it being revived. Mr. Speaker, what I believe has been lacking and what has made farmers neglect cotton farming is because of lack of education, as has been rightly mentioned, and also, Mr. Speaker, the funding. Mr. Speaker, Homa Bay County has the potential for cotton growing. I don't see any region within the county that can fail to enhance the cotton growing. So, Mr. Speaker, mine is to urge this House to make sure that this report, that all the recommendations given herein are adhered to. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and the House.
Thank you, Vice Chair, for that remark. Honorable members, by the Chair, Honorable Zakao, member for South Kasipul, and elaborately seconded by our Vice Chair, the report of the Trade, Industry, Tourism, Cooperative Development, and Marketing Committee on Revived Cotton Cooperative Society. For Honorable Mono Florita, Deputy Majority.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to take this opportunity to really emulate what, how Honorable the Chair Trade read or depend on the kind of teacher who taught you. Everybody pronounces it the way he or she was taught. So I want to take this opportunity to help farmers to educate their children. And some of our fathers and even us went to school because of the cotton production in the county. They said that there is a kind of irregularity in registration. Some register, some deregister. Let us encourage. We will not manage it unless we go back to our farms to do a lot of intensive farming. Otherwise,
Honorable Tony, you can now take the floor.
Report and the entire team, Honorable Speaker, in terms of the Trade Committee. Honorable Speaker, cooperatives in this country, Honorable Speaker, when you talk about cooperatives, you talk about autonomous association of persons. Assisting our people socially and economically and even culturally, Honorable Speaker. If you look at the statistics itself, Honorable Speaker, we have about 25,000 cooperatives, registered cooperatives in this country. That is on record. The statistic of 2022, there were about 7,000 agricultural cooperatives. And based on that, Honorable Speaker, we have what is called produce cooperatives. It's about 2,000, about 7, which is very important for us as a house to note that these are economically, in terms of participation of members, they help members to economically in this country. If you look at the Cooperative Societies Act of 1997, which was originally 1966, and even the rules, so we are talking about a plus to Homa Bay County in terms of economic development in our county, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, in the past, cooperatives have had challenges, a number of cooperatives going down. Something that we can learn from going forward in terms of the cooperatives, the cotton cooperatives in Homa Bay, we have to address the issue of governance in the cotton cooperatives in this country. This is very key, Honorable Speaker. And how do we address that? If you look at the cooperative principles, one of it begin to talk about that the cooperatives in Homa Bay County we have a union called Homa Bay County Cotton Cooperative Society. This is a union. Then we have primary cooperatives, the likes of Kochia, begin to talk about the union itself. Because if there are no primary cooperatives, then there is no union cooperatives, Honorable Speaker. And the structure is very clear. It is in terms of the onion structure. And the onion structure is about the union that speak. And that is very fundamental in terms of education and training, in terms of financial management, in terms of auditing of these cooperatives, in terms of how the general cooperatives are. This is very clear, Honorable Speaker, that we have to address as a county. Honorable Speaker, if you look at Homa Bay County, it was ranked among the top in terms of cooperatives so that they begin to help our people. One area that we need to begin to talk is about partnership. Where the sector in the county has to begin to collaborate with the likes of Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization so that we can have the best seeds. We can have the Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the reason why people are not embracing the cotton farming in the country, number one is about the lack of access to certified seeds, which the national government advantage of that, so that we give farmers, we allocate money to have the certified seeds to help our people to improve production. Honorable cotton production is not embraced is about the prices, Honorable Speaker. If you look at the prices right now, is about 0.5 USDs. That's translated to about 52 shillings, Honorable Speaker. And if you look at that, there's a intensity in terms of the production, which does not really pay farmers well. How can this be addressed, Honorable Speaker? We need to come together so that we have one common dictionary to help our people, Honorable Speaker. That common dictionary will be able to help our people so that they are able to take the cotton to those distilleries for further production. Honorable Speaker, if you look at how they are paid, we have a number of what is called cheaper price, Honorable Speaker. How I wish we could use the union as a marketing cooperative so that our cotton farmers could take their produce to the union. Bargain on their behalf, Honorable Speaker, in terms of the prices, so that the 1 kg can even go for 100 shillings, Honorable Speaker, so that our people can have good returns when they do some of this production, Honorable Speaker. Must come together so that they help in terms of coming up with a dictionary going forward so that our people can be able to have enough production. With that, Honorable Speaker, this is a very important movement in this, and you'll be able to know that, Honorable Speaker, so that we learn from this. And again, if you look at this, cooperatives will be able to take this country to the next level. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Tony. That was so articulate. I can see Honorable Milka Oron. I want to give you the floor.
Trade Committee, I would really want to contribute. It is always hard at times. Let me start by thanking my chair, they've done, and they have managed to bring such wonderful report to the House. At times it is always not very easy to talk after. You never spotted at me. I've realized that Tony has tackled almost everything that I wanted to say, but I have something also to add. The department has, this is majorly the agents. For example, where I come from, output in terms of agriculture is very high in almost all the crops. Me standing here, if it could have been not that my parents were farmers of cotton, how I wish that we can revive the ginnery and also get some policies to work on these agents. And even by the time the county government released the purchase of maize, our maize for Nyalenda had gone. How I wish we can prohibiting these agents, even in purchasing the cotton, when we revive the cotton farming to its standard. There is nothing very far, can go very far with cotton. And even me, I can switch from soybeans to cotton. Because if you didn't have some capital to sell, you could not even take your child to school. So I'm very much touched. Observations that the committee has made will be really looked into. And we work on this as a team to make our county shine and also make. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the insight, Honorable Milka. Honorable Sophie, I can see your buzzer red.
Who have just come up with this report on the revival of cotton growing in Homa Bay. The record that they've captured when they were now looking at the farmers, I've seen a lot of women that are in cotton growing outnumbers the number of men who are in cotton growing. As a woman, and I want to say that I've also seen that you take a place like Pala Cooperative Society, you'll find the number of membership there is 8, and it shows that is a clear indication that women, when given an opportunity, actually we do outnumber the men when given an opportunity. And we are saying we'll reduce our begging ability, but will give us as women to be self-reliant and be in fact, with the money we get from cotton, you can easily take your child to school without begging left, right, and center. And I want to say that our ability to cotton growing, and we lead also by example. Because where I'm seated, I did an acre of cotton, but I've felt challenged. I'll put aside maize growing and now embark on cotton growing. Mr. Speaker, I want to tell you that I'm an eyewitness of the money circulation. Like today, I'll be leaving a bit early because I want also to go and to go and also weigh my cotton. They'll be weighing cotton in Lambwe today and back to school in January because they'll have money in their pocket. Without begging, they'll be in a position to send the students back to school. Mr. Speaker, I want to call upon this Honorable House.
The Honorable member debating repeatedly trying to say that many women to stop them from begging. Does it mean that those women who are doing cotton farming are beggars?
Thank you, Honorable Sophie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Okay.
Even if you had the donation,
I was when responding.
You even saw him smile, Mr. Speaker. I didn't hurt him, Mr. Speaker. But anyway, if that was too harsh on him, let me withdraw and apologize. But let me say that it is of our culture that many of our men, many of our men and many of our leaders from the men to support us. And at times, when they do not have, at times we really feel bad, Mr. Speaker. But you know, when you have your cotton money, buy a new dress, Mr. Speaker, I can do it without asking from my man, Mr. Speaker. Maybe a few who are here can also attest that, yeah, back at the village.
Much, Honorable Sophie. I think, Honorable Ware, you are good, eh? Mheshimiwa Pauline.
Mr. Speaker, had I finished? Okay. Because in the report, I've seen they are asking for several ginaries to arrest the problem of our cotton farmers.
Kindly do it in the shortest time possible.
Ginary, I want to say that with ginary, if we can just get one ginary, will be good to go. And I want to say that fibers will also be grinding the seeds to get the oil, and the remain from the seeds can as well be used to give to produce the animal feeds for our chicken growing farmers and even those who are in dairy cattle growing. You'll find that products to be used in our county, and our county shall excel and improve in performance and income per capita. Thank you, Mr.
Bazahon. I'll use this to give Deputy Speaker this opportunity, then Mheshimiwa Pauline.
I take this opportunity to thank Chair Trade for a well-articulated report and the membership at large. When it comes to cooperatives, it is a way of people coming together to pool their resources so that they can achieve what an. From our Luo cultural perspective, we used to have what we call saga in quotes, whereby members of the community could come together and assist one of them. It had a lot of successes. And when we come to modern cooperatives, people come together, put their resources together, put their expertise together. And what we should do to revamp this, we need to educate, go on the ground and educate our state in cotton farming. And after this, they will come together, because when you come together, you the issue of capital, which is key in successful farming. Two, as a county government, we should certified seeds. They will be able to ensure that the diseases that attack cotton are effectively controlled, and it will ensure that there is proper market from the produce. Because apart from fiber, can get from cotton, which includes oil and animal feeds. And if this is effectively done, of profit from various products. You know very well that currently we have a challenge of unemployment in the county. And if this sector is revamped, our youths will get employment directly at the farm. So it is our responsibility to ensure that even we fight for the revival of ginaries, because at that level, our people will also get, and the lake normally value fishing, but the fishing is now going down. So as a matter of diversifying our economy, because this one will enable them to generate income. With putting more effort in this industry, it will even lead to infrastructure. This cotton, it will lead even to the development of new roads. It will lead even to the development of marketing centers, cooperatives, and where we have these gineries. And the issue of market, if it is addressed at cooperative level, and this one will ensure that our people are empowered. I support the adoption of the report. Thank you, Chair.
Muda huu ni wako.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa kunipatia nafasi hii ili niweze kuchangia kidogo kuhusu ripoti ambayo liko mbele yetu. Kwanza kabisa nitamshukuru mwenyekiti wa biashara na ushirikiano pamoja na makarani kwa kazi nzuri ambayo wamefanya kutengeneza ripoti kama huu. Nimevutiwa sana ili niweze kuongea juu ya ulimaji wa pamba. Kia wabunge wenzangu wakiongea juu yake sana kuhusu fedha ambayo unaweza pata ukilima pamba. Kunacho kitu muhimu sana katika ulimaji wa pamba ambayo hajaweza kutaja. Mbegu ya pamba ni muhimu sana. Sisi kama watu kutoka Homa Bay tunavuga wanyama kama ng'ombe, mbuzi na kadhalika. Na ni lazima tujue ya kuwa mbegu ya pamba kwa njia ya chakula ni nzuri sana zikilishwa na kwa mbegu ya pamba. Ukimpatia ng'ombe maziwa nzuri sana. Sasa tusiwe tukiangalia tu eti tukilima pamba tunaweza peleka katika kandarasi ili tupate pesa. Mbegu yake pia tuiweke kwa njia nzuri sana, zijazo. Asante sana Bwana Speaker.
Honorable Jeff Ngoro, Chair, Budget, I can see your buzzer. The floor is yours.
Honorable Zakayo Ngondo, Honorable Speaker, for the in this house, we pass so many reports with very good recommendations. And I want to challenge implemented. If we don't do that, we'll just be passing reports in this assembly every day. But if we don't track the implementation, then there is nothing cotton when we were still young. But all of a sudden, the marketing, the county government can assist the cotton growers in marketing. If it is the issue of ginery, cotton ginery, is it the price of cotton or is it the market of cotton which make our people not to have interest in growth? The national government spend a lot of money to come up with an irrigation scheme in Homa Bay County. But if employment, Honorable Speaker, does our youths knows that even through agriculture or through cooperation, Honorable Speaker, we need to talk to our people on a serious note, just has been recommended. Even the circles, the cooperatives which are existing, the one like for Olambwe, Pala, we need to know what is ailing those cooperatives, why they cannot, our people cannot see the benefits of those coming up. And I've seen cotton is one of the value chain crops which NAFCDP is going to support. Honorable Speaker, we want to see in the near future the dependency ratio in our community should go down because of agriculture. Let us support, let us invest our money to train them so that they can run those cooperatives which can benefit our people, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, I beg to support the adoption of this report. Thank you.
Honorable Daniel Ogada, kindly take the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise the issue of industrialization. The cooperative sector in this country or county is and growth. I have the advantage of having lived in and worked in Central Province for some time, and in 2012, when the cooperative sector in Kiambu County was analyzed, they had actually traded or garnered even than 12. So we talk about 5 counties and then against 1 county, and the disparity was quite great. Compared even to Korecho and establishment of an industrial park in Rewa, I think one of the low-lying fruits should be the cotton industry. Infrastructure was not able to sustain a profit-making agency, because why should somebody bring an industry here where he has to establish the road and establish electricity in due time, and we can now move to value addition that will create profitability to the farmer. The reason why we have agents and people market readily available, and so the farmer does not get value for money. And if we take this kind of trend of industrialization as a community and as a people, with the cost of living rising every single day, with the cost of school fee also going up, and with our economic levels going down, if we don't specifically choose on the county that has spotted that as a low-lying fruit. And I would want to say that this should be extended to other areas that were not cotton producing. I believe there could be research into the soil analysis, but then there is no cotton growing in Kasipul. And if there is, it is minimal. And therefore, those concerned should actually take a soil analysis to see whether we can be able to extend the acreage on of these reports that will change the dynamics and the paradigm shift in our county. Thank you.
Well put, Honorable Dan Ogada. I can see Honorable Walter.
Allowed the chair for the presentation and the committee members and even the secretariat. We have debated this issue, is the neighborhood. And the higher the risk, the higher the profits. So with that at the background, I want to say that the processing, the value additions. So that means we are talking about a complete value chain. And for a value chain to be complete, there are the value chain nodes that must be strengthened. So I would really plead with this House that as much as we want to castigate brokers, we're only saying that there is much they are taking home. They are buying what should be going to the granaries. So I want to go back to is germplasm. So germplasm gives us more than what we find in seed, because you'll be talking about the genetics and the environment. You look at the amount of money that was spent in buying the tractors. I think I would echo what Honorable Jeff has talked about. The recommendations that have come up, I'm glad to say that the implementation committee is here with us, and the chair, I'm seeing the chair.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I didn't want to interrupt, remember I was giving very poignant points. Second number 91, the debate is other 2 seconds.
Thank you, Lentana. I want to use my discretion is when we continue.
Thank you for protecting me, and the rest we shall square at home. I want to say thank you.
Honorable Walter,
Mr. Speaker.
you should know that you are unanswered and everything you say is being recorded. So,
if we take cognizance of all the reports that we have and the recommendations, then I would...
Mr. Speaker, the debater on the floor mentioned implementation committee. As a member, I'm interested. He be insinuating that the chair of that committee is not capable, or saying that the implementation committee is a non-performer committee in the House, Mr. Speaker.
Speaker on the floor was just urging. I don't recall him saying anything on the contrary. I think you're guided. Honorable Walter, continue.
Thank you, Mr. To move, as a county, cotton is just one crop, and this report, if we implement, then I see with pockets lined and with other developments in place. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. Having been moved and seconded, and members debating on it, and not forgetting that we, from this report, to know that we are having a cooperative guru, that is Honorable Tony Theo. I would like to call the mover. Anyway, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Sir, allow me to congratulate all the secretariats.
Chair, kindly be unanswered.
Allow me to congratulate all the secretariat and Mr. Speaker who supported for this report. I also and committee members who has contributed for this report. All members who contributed for this report. So, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't have much to say.
Honorable members, I now put Marketing Committee on Revived Cotton Cooperative Societies in Homa Bay County in the financial year 2022-2023. Will as many of those with the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Clerk, next order.
9, adjournment.
Honorable members, this house adjoins to 2:30 p.m.